So the article human achievement space flight, a piece of writing that informs and explains. It gives the reader information about the space flight and explains how a rocket engine works and how the shuttle was launched. Okay, you have to tell me how does it going on. Then, the information and the explanation, you will often find information and explanation in the same page of writing, at the same page, guys, okay? So, human achievement space flight begins with information about the history of the space flight, followed by the explanation of how the rocket engine works and the launch of the shuttle, okay? So, these are the questions that we might uh, answer them. The information is under three subheadings. What are the subheadings? You have to give me an example. Okay, and there are two sections or explanation what the subheadings, and we will continue. بمعنى انه لازم يكون في عندي عبارة عن ترويسة او رؤوس اقلام تحط لي عنوان, then you will have to give me the explanation after that. Okay. في عندي ملحوظة اللي هي إنه التنس ده عادة اللي بنستخدمه وهو عبارة عن present tenses, especially in the explanation when you are going to explain something to somebody. Okay, نشرح إشي نفسر شيء, you have to use the present tenses during your handwriting for the explanations. Next, for example here بحكي لك مثلا sometimes an explanation is written in the past tenses. كيف؟ sometimes مش دائما, أغلب الأحيان يعني مرات. So this is when what is being explained no longer happens. يعني استمر لفترة وانتهى, ما كمل إلى الآخر. So the space shuttle stopped flying in 2011. So the explanation is in the past tenses. In this case only we can use the past tenses during your handwriting. Okay. نكمل مع بعض. These are حكينا عن information, explanation, حكينا عن tenses and it must be in the present time. In case of it no longer happens, okay, نستخدم عندها past tenses. بصفي عندي الآن اللي هي إشي اسمه the sequence. Okay, بمعنى to arrange the actions or to arrange all of the actions together. Okay. مثال عندي هون عم بيحكي لنا explanation are written in the order that gives that things happen. مثلا نحكي first, second, then, after that, لحتى نرتب الأحداث أو نرتب actions to arrange them all. Okay. For example, first, the few are combined. Second, we can say I'm going on. This is very important in telling the explanation for the writing features. Okay. طيب عندي cause and effect and explanation. Something an explanation is something causes and else to happen. يعني بمعنى سبب وتأثير السبب. Okay, what happens specially or perfectly in your point of view. Okay. We can use the linking words and phrases help to show this. بمعنى بيساعدونا linking words لحتى نحل مشكلة cause and effect. Okay, so مثلا they were covered by the US Navy so that they could be reused. تمام. في عندي سبب ونتيجة وتأثيره على هذا الشيء. So the passive voice, we can use also the passive voice explanations. Often use the passive voice. ممكن احنا نستخدم فيه passive voice. ليش? We don't know who did that. They were sent by the USA to the edge of the space. We don't know a person as a guy. نحكي by the name of the USA. Okay, for the last point we have it here is specialized vocabulary. You can use this in مثلا certain words that belongs to for the space flight. مثلا عندي اللي هم الكلمات chemical reaction, orbital, spacecraft. These words مثلا we can use them for the moon, for the space flight, for astronauts, for example. These are the ideas. آخر شيء عندي اللي هي the diagrams and captions. ما معنى diagram؟ اللي هي عبارة عن فقرة كبيرة مقسمة إلى فقرتين صغار وعندي introduction, beginning, ending. بس diagram here we can write an explanation about our assignment. هلا بحكي عن الواجب شو المطلوب منك. احنا عم بحكي بس على how to write. Okay. It is often useful to use a diagram and captions to explain how something happens. يعني نستخدم طريقة الدياجرام اللي هي على شكل فقرة بشكل رسمي to discuss the explanation. Also, we can use the linking words. Don't forget. أرجع بعيد وبذكر. We have